live from the Petaluma gym here. It's going to be a good match tonight, American Canyon versus the Petaluma Trojans. And I'm Peter Canale.
And I'm Griffin Epstein.
And what a game we are going to have tonight, Griffin. The two best teams in league right now facing off here.
Yeah, these two teams to start the year, we'll go a little bit more into the details more, but these teams to the start of the year played very tough schedules, had a lot of rough stretches of the game. They are both playing their best basketball of the season at the right time, right in league play, and it has merited undefeated league records for both. The game tonight will go a very long way towards deciding the league pennant, Peter.
Yes, this is a very important game, especially for Petaluma, too, because well, can you explain why? Or?
Yeah, if the Trojans start off here at home, they won their first two games, and really, I think a surprise early in the season. Such a young team. They're really led by some star sophomores in Esteban Bermudez. Ivan Cortez had quite a game on Friday night. He had 15 points in the Trojans' victory over Vintage, but a lot of young sophomores on this team. They needed time to develop, and Petaluma has developed them, and they really put the pieces all together just at the start of league play for two very comfortable victories over Justin Siena and Vintage. And now they feel like tonight they have a shot here against American Canyon, but especially playing in their home gym. They play a lot better here at home. They have all season long, and history says they play better here as well. Getting a victory here is vital tonight if they want a league pennant.
For sure, for sure. And, yeah, American Canyon, what a team. 3-0 in league. They have some really good players, don't they?
They do. This is a very talented program. Head coach Brett Wedding has grown this program up. They were similar to Petaluma, a really struggling bottom of the team league, never made section playoffs in the San Joaquin section. They have really grown under Wedding's tutelage. 4 straight years of a winning program. They almost had their first section playoffs victory last year. They lost in overtime, but they are playing a lot better with a lot of talent. But this team is young, similar to Petaluma, and they went through some growing pains early. They started the year 1-6, playing a very good non-conference schedule, similar to Petaluma. They were battle-tested, and they've also really rounded into form. 3-0, and they haven't been tested. The Casa Grande players, which are sitting to the left of me scouting tonight, know how good this American Canyon team is. They only scored 26 points against them last week.
Wow, yeah.
This Wolves team relies on their defense, and for a Petaluma offense that's really been rounding into form, this is the ultimate test against the Wolves defense here tonight.
For sure, yeah.
American Canyon 7-9 overall, Petaluma 5-10 overall, but again, those records deceiving. Strongly schedules young teams, and the teams are 2-0 and 3-0 in VVAL respectively. So far, the Wolves, they also beat Vintage. They pulled away. The Vintage also struggled to score against them, also in the 30s. American Canyon plays a press. They play a tight defense. Petaluma is going to have to find a way to break the Wolves' defense, and the Wolves can turn their defense into offense because they don't have a lot of shooting.
Right, for sure. I feel like in order to do that, never mind. But
Go ahead.
I feel they're good. They do have we are a very physical team, I believe. Such people like Kenny Alexander and Bermudez who can really get up in their faces and still score.
Yeah, the Wolves don't have a lot of height, so that's interesting what you bring up. Petaluma might not be known for its height, but with Kenny Alexander also having a great game on Friday night against Vintage, he was the leading scorer in that game with 19 points, which was his highest total he'd had in a game that actually counted so far this season. He was really unstoppable. I think Petaluma will look a lot to Alexander, especially playing the caliber of these players tonight who are so skilled and very aggressive from a strong program. They're going to need to look to seniors like Alexander and maybe also Robbie Izetta to help lead this team because there's a lot of pressure on this game tonight.
Yeah, for sure.
Should be really interesting to see if Petaluma, they've survived all their tests, can have beat their biggest test of the season against an exceptional American Canyon Wolves team. The Wolves knocked off Vintage 61-41. They beat Justin Siena in their league opener 47-40. And on the 4th, last Friday, 45-26 all over Petaluma's rival, the Casa Grande Gauchos. But the Trojans in their 2 league matchups, what were the scores in those, Peter? They were pretty comfortable victories as well.
Yeah, we against Novato in their season opener. Wasn't. Oh, it doesn't Siena. I'm sorry. In their season over, Trojans scored 48-42. Against Novato, they scored 70-60. And their last game against they lost to Novato.
They still scored 60 points, though.
60 points, so yes. And in the second league game to Vintage, they won 72-52.
Yeah, that was just such a dominant victory for Petaluma. Alexander played very well. Cortez had a breakout game. Ryan Perez had his season high 9 points. Everything came together. That was by far their best game of the season, and they brought a lot of energy to that one. They got to be fired up for tonight. It'll be interesting to see if they can be that complete for that game. We're going to let you listen in to PA announcer Michael Barabal for the starting lineups.
And the host, Petaluma Trojans. At this time, let's meet the starting lineups. First for the visiting Wolves, a senior, number 1, Sam Johannesson. A senior, number 2, Eric Thomas. A junior, number 3, Oliver Andal. A sophomore, number 10, Roman Mateo. And another sophomore, number 15, Gabriel Patrick. The Wolves are coached by Brett Wenning, assisted by Chris Rappican. Now let's get the starters for your Petaluma Trojans. A senior, number 1, Zach Clark. A junior, number 14, Ryan Sullivan. A sophomore, number 12, Ivan Cortez. Another sophomore, number 11, Esteban Bermudez. And a senior, number 21, Kenny Alexander. Trojans are coached by Scott Bear, assisted by Nick Jacoby and Steve Mark.
So you will hear the national anthem next, but this happened on our girls live stream last year. You're not going to hear the national anthem. We've been copywritten for playing the national anthem, so enjoy the silence. That was our national anthem that you didn't get to hear, because, again, we have been copywritten for having the national anthem here on our live stream, so fortunately you're not going to be able to hear it, but we hope you enjoyed the silence. Well, Peter, we're ready to go here. This is a huge early season VVAL matchup. We could remember this one when we look back at the end of the year.
For sure, for sure. This is going to be, as we said, this is a very important match, and we will have to see what happens. Looks like Sam Johansson will get the tip-off for American Canyon. What a
Johansson Johansson is the one player on the Wolves that has a lot of height. So he will be guarding Alexander. He's a good scorer, too.
And I don't know what
Over and back was the call on Bermudez.
Oh.
Well, it might be the nerves early. A sophomore star for Petaluma is pretty mistake-free for the most part. But they Trojans might be thinking about the importance of this one.
Ooh, nice rebound there by Kenny Alexander.
Gabriel Patrick on the miss for the Wolves.
And Esteban, and ooh, nice shot by Cortez in the pocket there. Good job by him.
What a game Cortez had on Friday night against Vintage. He got
yeah. Nice. I know.
Apologies for the technical difficulties there. Should be back and good to go the rest of the way.
Sullivan to Bermudez. Kenny for 3. What a shot. He makes it.
Trojan offense off to a quick start here. Alexander and Cortez, the 2 stars of Friday night, keeping things going.
And looks like Sullivan will be fouled there. Petaluma already has many fouls here. Ooh, and a 3, and he barely misses. That's Oliver on the hall. He's not going to, I think he wants some more though. Cortez ripping the ball away from Eric Thomas. What a play. And Bermudez loses control but comes back in for the 2. It is now a 5-point game for the Trojans. And number 1, Sam Johansson misses, and Zach Clark will just take the ball and take it right back down court again. And a strange pass by Kenny Alexander. I don't know what he was thinking right there.
Petaluma, though, bringing a lot of energy here early. Even if those involve turnovers. Boy, they're flying all over the court, especially defensively. You have to be happy.
And number 10 there, Roman Madiag. Good shot by him.
Wolves don't score a lot. Petaluma's defense can keep up all night and not give free buckets to American Canyon. Could be
Zach
a long night
Clark
for the Wolves.
running through it all, and it's American Canyon ball. I didn't see what happened there.
Travel on Clark.
You
don't want to be sloppy there. Head coach Scott Bear is not happy about that one.
Looks like another call on American Canyon. And ooh, Sullivan just throws it, and Cortez not able to catch it. Oliver on the hall for the 3. He misses. But American Canyon will recover. And a American Canyon player will throw it out of bounds. Cortez.
I think I may have troubleshooted the blurriness and uncomplimentary viewing quality that you've had to deal with the first couple minutes here. Hopefully should be looking a little better now.
Kenny for the 3. He's hit 1 tonight and he misses. And if you're just tuning, oh no, never mind. If we're just tuning in, If you're just tuning in here, it is 7-4 American Canyon versus Petaluma, and I am Peter Canelli.
I'm Griffin Epstein.
And here we are. We're going to have, and looks like number 1, Sam Johansson, will be out of bounds for American Canyon.
The Trojans haven't played a perfect game here early. That's expected, young team on this big moment, but they're playing with great energy. Offensively, they're picking up right where they left off.
And Kenny will already get his second team foul, so he will be out for the rest of the quarter, which is a real shame for the Trojans, don't you think, Griffin?
Yeah, that's something we talk about a lot. Alexander's foul trouble costing him time on the floor and costing Petaluma a lot of points because they can't get production from him.
Ooh, good effort by Petaluma there, making sure they don't score.
Yeah, Johansson looked like he had the offensive rebound and putback. Petaluma, good defense. That's good ball movement by Petaluma. Clark's not the best three-point shooting, but that was calm. Set up their play, and so far the Wolves' press is not affecting Petaluma whatsoever. Remember, Casa Grande scored 26 points last week against American Canyon. A lot of teams have struggled to score against a very good defense of the Wolves.
Ooh, what a... Sam Johansson just nailed it there.
Johansson didn't play last year, had a tore his ACL. He's starting to turn into a player of his own. He's a tall, willowy man. A lot of athleticism. It's hard to deal with, especially for big men. With Alexander out of there, it's going to be even harder for Petaluma.
Rebound. And, ooh, what a foul. Don't know what happened there.
It's an aggressive press by American Canyon. They're small, young, physical, aggressive. Their goal is to create a lot of headaches for you over the course of the season. So far, Petaluma have not had too many problems against this Wolves press.
But they haven't actually scored in a while, but never mind. Bermudez for the 3. What a shot.
Bermudez taking the words right out of your mouth. Petaluma's gotten production from everyone so far. Bermudez leads this team in scoring.
Ooh, nice rebound by Perez here.
Trojans are doing a good job crashing the boards early. American Canyon's been frustrated with that.
Nice shot. It is now the biggest lead Petaluma has had here with 6 points. Ooh, good shot though by Matthew Clinton, getting this game a little bit closer.
It's the junior team leader for the Wolves. They're really even younger than Petaluma. It was a really good team last year. They went 16-12, 7-3 in a good Solano County League to finish second in that league. But they had 8 seniors last year, Peter. They lost a lot of really good experience.
Right. But I think they've done a great job on building on that, wouldn't you say, with this new team? Bermudez just falls down.
And Petaluma obviously lost a lot of experience as well, which is, I think, why it's not a surprise these teams have kind of seen similar paths so far this season. Slow starts against some really good teams, struggling to piece it all together. Kind of like a jigsaw puzzle. They finally found the right pieces that have all fit together to play complete games the last couple games in the league. It's resulted in a high spot in the league standings. Mentioned the youth on this Petaluma team. They've got 4 sophomores in this ball game in the first quarter. It's crazy, Peter. And
it's going to be out on Brown.
And the only other player that's out there for Petaluma and Brown wasn't on this varsity, wasn't in this basketball program last year. He was focusing on baseball as a baseball superstar. So all 5 players on the court right now for Petaluma were not on their varsity team last year either.
But it seems to be working. These are all great players.
Yeah, I mean, I think Petaluma needed
Cortez there with the rebound, but he drops it and he gets it back maybe?
And traveled.
Oh, real shame. Great play by him.
I think, though, speaking to what we were talking about before, Peter, I think Petaluma kind of needed a rinsing out from last year. They had so much talent on that team with 8 seniors, 5 juniors, very experienced, high expectations, but they went into these big games similar to one like this, and they blew leads, lost games, and the season really fell apart, and they need to reset.
Ooh, out from downtown, Gabriel Patrick. He has done really well this game.
Now Patrick, a skilled sophomore, says his head coach, Brett Wedding, to describe him. A lot of young talent on this Wolves team as well.
Speaking of Patrick, whoa, my God, he tips it in there, and American Canyon will have their first lead all game.
That's turning turnovers into offense, just like we talked about. That is what the Wolves want to do.
Clark for 3. Oh, he misses.
That's Izetta.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, Izetta. So one of the senior leaders, one of the most, probably the most experienced player on this Petaluma team. 3 years on the varsity roster, the only current player like that. And he didn't even get the start for today. Coach Bears has gone through a lot of lineup changes, try to find that puzzle. That works for him as well, and he's found it of late. It's been a tight one here, though, so far.
Oh, that's just brutal. That's Eric Thomas there with that too. And Robbie Azetta is fouled. Perez drops the ball there. It's not what you want to see here because they will just turn those rebounds.
Way too many offensive rebounds right now by the Wolves. The Trojans are not boxing out, and that's led to a 7-0 run.
Yeah, they're just falling apart right now, the Trojans, I think.
It really felt like they were in control of this game. The Wolves really sped this game up offensively. They increased the pressure from a 5 to a 10 on defense, and the Trojans have kind of succumbed to it all of a sudden.
Right, yeah, and I think the offensive rebounds really are a problem. Oh, but Bermudez with the 3.
Nice job by Bermudez. That was a big shot to help Petaluma close that gap. But that was a really good first quarter, I think, for the first 6 minutes for Petaluma, Peter.
Yeah.
And then that pressure by American Canyon we talk about, they have a physical, aggressive defense. It shut teams down. It really got to them at the end of the quarter, and it did lead to offense for the Wolves. They put up 18 points in this first quarter for a team that often scores in the they average in the upper 40s per game. It's not a team that scores a lot in American Canyon, but their defense led them to their offense, and then not boxing out, which is something Petaluma hasn't struggled with all year long, but I think this game started speeding up, and Petaluma got away from its fundamentals.
Right, yeah.
And if you're head coach Scott Bears in the huddle right now, you got to remind them how they played the first 4 minutes of this game. Get back to your fundamentals. Back to how you're playing. They need to dictate the pace, slow down the ball on offense, and they're going to see good things, because I think when Petaluma's in the half court here and the game is slowed down, they are the better team in this game. But if American Canyon is the problem here, maybe this.
Well, that is